Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakradash, Yahweh being the true name of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God, Yahweh Shai being the true name of the only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and rule well, and shalom to you brothers out there laboring in this truth with all sincerity. Matthew chapter 7 and verse 13. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. And the point is, that the straight gate isn't meant to be easy. Choosing righteousness ain't always easy. Hey, like this passage say, broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many be which go in thereat. So if many go down that broad path that leads to destruction, that should let us know it's easy and pleasing to the flesh in the beginning, but the end result is death, and a dishonorable one at that. I'll give verse 14. Because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. On the other hand, straight is the gate. It says few be there that find it. Clearly lets us know that this is not something everybody is trying to do. Even within this walk, this ministry, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai deals with small numbers. Just think about the 2/3. That's a large number off that pie scale. Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai always dealt with small numbers. So, this walk ain't easy. Anytime it's few there be that go down that path, that lets us know it ain't easy, because what does it require? Look at the requirements. Consider the requirements. It requires patience, discipline, resilience. Let me get that in the book of James. Where is that? James. This is James chapter 1. Oh, you know what? I'll get this one. Back it up. Because this walk, that straight gate comes with temptations. This is James chapter 1 and verse 2. It says, "My brethren, count it all joy when ye fall into diverse temptations, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience." Yeah, that straight gate come with patience. So it's not easy. It's not, but the end result is well. It says, verse 4, it says, "But let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing." When we trust in Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, we want for nothing. Because He gonna cover every base. But the point is, that straight gate, it requires patience, discipline. It comes with trials and tribulations. The scriptures say through much tribulation shall ye enter into the kingdom of heaven. Hey, that's an example of that straight gate. It comes with tribulation, but what's the end? What's the end result? The kingdom. You know, it requires faith. And that's something that, faith is something that even those whom call themselves Israelites don't have. You know, you got some Israelites boasting in the law and disregarding the faith in Yahweh Shai. You know. Hey, but that straight gate come with tribulations and temptations. Let's see. It comes with endurance as well. It says, blessed, this is James 1:12. It says, blessed the man that endureth temptations, for when he is tried, he shall receive a crown of life, which the Lord has promised to them that love him. You see, you know, the end result is a blessing, is a crown of life. But the process is various trials and temptations. You know, look at look at the prophets of old and what the Lord put them through. Speaking of Job, he had everything and lost it, but got it back. You know, so you know, the end result is always life when going through the straight gate, but we got to understand the process. We got to trust the process. You know, the end result is life and wisdom. But through obtaining wisdom can be unpleasant because it requires discipline, and that's why, you know, people can fall out of this thing because of the discipline that it requires and the patience it requires and the process it requires. But what's the end result? Life and wisdom. Let's get that in the book of Ecclesiasticus. It says, let me start at, this is chapter 6. I'll start at 18. It says, my son, gather instructions from thy youth up, so thou shalt find wisdom till thine old age. It says, come unto her speaking of his wisdom, as one that ploweth and soweth, and wait for her good fruits. See, it requires patience. Wait for the fruit of it. For thou shalt not toil much in laboring about her, but thou shalt eat of her fruits right soon. So, hey, as long as we stay in the pocket and wait on Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, the fruits is coming. The hedge of protection is going to be there, especially the times we coming into when, you know, all hell breaking loose. Hey, the scriptures say, the hour of temptation is coming. And Lord willing, we want Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai to keep us from that. Verse 20, it says, she is very, this is the point, she is very unpleasant to the unlearned. He that is without understanding will not remain with her. You know, and that's someone without, that's why our apostles and elders always say, most guys don't know what this is about. You know, what this walk is about. What waking up to this truth is about. Hey, it's time to it involves soldiering up. And that's something that's not comfortable. It says, she is very unpleasant to the unlearned. He that is without understanding will not remain with her. And that's why some guys go back into the world. They can't take it. Lord willing, the Lord give us the spirit to endure. Ecclesiastes 6:21. She will lie upon him as a mighty stone of trial, and he will cast her from him ere it to be long. It says, for wisdom is according to her name, and she is not manifest unto many. You see? Not unto many. Broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, but the straight gate, hey, that's a small number. Hey, the 1/3, hey, the hopeful elect, the elect of the nation of Israel, 2/3, hey, the ones who have to receive destruction on this side. That wisdom is not manifest unto many. So, it's a process. We gotta, and it's all of the Lord. It's all the will of the Lord at the end of the day, but it's a process. That straight gate is a process. I'll get one more and I'll close out. That was the point, though. This is Ecclesiastes 2:10. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? So the wide gate may look tempting, may look easier, hey, but what's the end result? Hey, not trusting in the Lord, you through, man. Hey, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is all we got. And that's why 2/3 of the nation of Israel are going to trust in oppression or trust in whatever it is, tangible things to save them. And it ain't going to work. You're going to lose in the end. It says, look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? And that's the point. None. That's a rhetorical question. None. So see, the elect, the hopeful elect go always abide in the fear of the Lord. Because that's that wisdom. That's the begin. The scriptures say the beginning of wisdom, the beginning of wisdom is fear of the Lord. Fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. And that's the point. You're going to obtain wisdom going, being patient within that straight gate. But it's not meant to be easy. And that's the point. So with that, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and rule well. Until the next time, Shalom.